Officer Witkowski, you can just call me Bo. Apologize for my delay, had a lady out there that need help changing tires, so got that changed and on her way. My experience is before I was a police officer, I was an automotive and diesel mechanic for about between 10 and 12 years of my life. So all these semis out here in the trailers, I've actually worked on them. I've changed the parts, I've replaced the clutches, done the overheads. And I never thought that when I got out of the mechanic industry from trucking automotive that this would ever help me in a law enforcement career. But when I come to the DOT, boy, am I so glad I had that knowledge. It's nice to be able to look at that part and tell somebody, hey, that's broken. Well, how do you know it's broken? Well, because I've replaced quite a few of them in my time. You know, it just, it helps out and works. And so after I got out of mechanic then, I went and I was a deputy sheriff for 6 years. And now I've been here with the Iowa DOT for 6 years, born and raised in Iowa. So I don't get outside of Iowa too much. I'm just a Iowa boy, and I know a whole bunch about Iowa and very little bit about everywhere else. So help me out. Where are y'all from? And we'll just start at the front.
From Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay.
Iowa.
Okay.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
Fort Alabama.
Fort Dodge? Okay.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Minnesota?
Iowa.
Iowa.
Des Moines.
Florida.
Okay.
Nebraska. Nevada. Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Clarion. Iowa.
Okay.
Indiana, I'm from Iowa.
You're from Iowa too? Okay. So we got a range here. Mostly everybody's central except for our guy out of Florida, right? What part of Florida?
West Palm.
Okay, so is it a little warmer down there today than what it is up here today?
He's,
Probably most
he's
of the
going
time.
home today.
Are ya?
On the way back, we're gonna, before we go back to Fort Dodge, we're gonna drop him off at the airport.
Okay,
So he's gonna get a flight out of here today.
okay. Well, that'll probably be looking forward to the warmer weather, are you? Yeah. All right. Like the captain said, the trucking industry is it's a professional industry, and you are professionals and strive to be the best at wherever you end up. I mean, has anybody ever bought anything at a store? Anything at all? Right? Everybody's bought something somewhere. How'd you get there? Got there because of a truck driver, right? If it wasn't for the truck drivers in the trucking industry, how would we get our goods? They got to get there somehow. They got to get delivered. So it's a great industry, and it is that professional industry, and we have to have it. And I'm glad there's folks out there that do that job, because not everybody can do that job. So thank you all for choosing this and taking the time away from your families, because you're out there on the road. They're not out with you. So I appreciate what you do for us, so I can go to the store and pick up what I need for my families. So, has anybody ever had any experience before truck driving, or is this all first time?
First time.
First time, okay. Well, here at this scale, mainly when you come to a scale like this, what we're going to see, or what you're gonna see is, we're normally gonna do a level 1 or a level 2 inspection. The level 1 is the full inspection, where we check all your paperwork, check the lights, tires of the truck and trailer, and we go underneath it and check all the brakes. The reason we're mainly gonna do that here is because it's a fixed facility. We're not on the side of the road, so you're not getting hit by a car, we're not getting hit by a car, and there's nothing distracting around us. The level 2 walk around, we also like to do here for the exact same reasons. The difference between level 1 and level 2 is we're not gonna go underneath the vehicle, and we're not gonna check the brakes out. Level 3, we will still do them at the scale, kind of on days like today where it's a little cooler out and rainier out. But mainly we reserve our level 3s for roadside. And the level 3 check is just the paperwork check. So if I stop you for a level 3 inspection, or another officer, whether in this state or another state, the general stuff they're gonna ask for is they're gonna wanna see your CDL, your med card, logbook, truck and trailer registration, annual inspection for both the truck and the trailer, and the bill of lading. I mean, that's, for the most part, that's the normal spiel that you're gonna get from whoever stops you, because that's all the information that we need to record on our inspection reports. So it's very nice, depending on where you go. Some companies are better than others. Some will have a, what they call a permit book for you, for all your permits, all your paperwork, and you know where that's at, and always keep that handy and keep that stuff together. Because it will speed up the inspection process. If I ask you for all that information, and you're like, I don't know where any of it's at, give me a minute. And you're having to look for it and look for it. Well, while you're looking for that information, while we're on the side of the road, what is that eating up? Time. Is that eating up my time, or is that eating up your time?
My time.
Your
My
time. Exactly, it's taken away from your 14 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're getting close and you're like, man, I need to make this appointment, it's a lot easier to say, yep, I know where all this stuff's at, and go right back to the car, instead of searching through a whole bunch of paperwork, trying to find it, and then you get back to the car, and I'm like, well, that's a great registration, but it's 2 years old, can you give me the current one? And you gotta run back up, and the same thing with the trailers. So paperwork, having it all together for any level of stop is one of the most important things. Make sure you know where all your paperwork is and have together. What do you think besides that is probably even tops that as far as importance? What's a good important thing to be on top of all the time when you're driving?
Being awake?
Yes, yeah, being awake. You wanna be awake while you're driving. Geared towards the paperwork. What is something you always wanna be on top of? Logs, exactly, 100%. And what's your log always had to be?
Current. The last change of duties.
Yeah, it has to be current, and that means to the last change of duty status is what you have to have it at. We get, out of all our logbook violations, I would say over 50% is the log not current. It's just, you get someone stopped, oh, I just left, I forgot to do my log from last night. I forgot to do it this morning. Oh, I didn't put in that fuel stop. And the log not current is about the most common log violation that we get. You'll get a lot of somebody didn't list their hours or their miles. There's that, and that's, one we see a lot of too, but that log not current, you have to stay on top of it. And the captain did say earlier, we cover a lot of accidents. If you are in an accident, here in Iowa, if it's a commercial motor vehicle, most of the time we'll get called to it. And like he said, we can be your friend or your enemy. If you're up on your log and your log is true and accurate and you've done everything 100% the proper way, in a lawsuit, our inspection report can help you out. But if your log is false, if it's not current, if you haven't done your pre-trip, you haven't done that stuff, our report in a lawsuit can sink you. We can either save you or sink you in an accident. And it's not because we show up and we're like, oh, we don't like you, we're gonna sink you. Your paperwork that you have and all the work that you've done during that trip is what dictates how that report goes. Because I don't make up violations. I can't make them up. If your log's current, it's current. If you put down that you stopped at the Springfield, Missouri Pilot and got fuel, and that's what your receipt says, I mean, it's good. You gotta keep that chronological order, keep that log current, and it will help you out in the case of an accident. Also helps your company out. If the company is to get audited by the feds, they can choose so many drivers, depending on the size of the company, and go back 6 months worth of records. And they can look through all that. And you can either, for your company, be the shining star, or you can be the one that hurts your company. So you always gotta have your stuff together. Let's see. So on our level 3, we're gonna do the paperwork, we're gonna check that, as long as everything's good. Your level 3 driver-only inspection is gonna take us about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how much information we have to look through. If you just got a small bill lading where you picked up one spot and everything's good, we can usually get through it pretty quick and it's okay. If you have like 10 drops and we gotta look through all your paperwork that's about thick with everything, then sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get through those inspections. Also, as long as the paperwork's in order, it just helps speed it up. Your level 2 inspection, like we said, we're gonna go through the exact same paperwork. Now we're gonna walk around the vehicle. What might get you stopped for a level 2 inspection, you think? If you go by me on the road, I'm like, that vehicle's right there getting an inspection.
Light out.
Light out, absolutely. Can they go out at any time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, we get a lot of, and this is just what we hear a lot of, I checked it this morning, it must have just went out. Is that always right? Not always, but can it happen? Can electrical problem happen just like that? Yeah, absolutely. So you wanna check those lights on that walk around, make sure they're working. If they're not, we need to replace them or get them fixed, let the company know about it. What are your most important lights?
Tail light.
Running light.
Stop light.
Brake
lights.
We got our brake lights, tail lights,
Turns,
what's that?
turn signals.
Turn signals, yep. Will your brake lights, tail lights, and turn signals put you out of service?
Yes.
Absolutely, they will. Yeah, your turn signals to the rear, even if one's out, you're sitting till it's fixed.
Yep.
Just one, and you're done. There you go. So you want to make sure that works. When you do your walk around, how do you check your brake lights?
You can use for your seat belt to push it. You know, like,
You use your seat belt
yeah, you can grab the seat belt.
for the Johnny bar.
Yeah, they wrap their Johnny bar, they wrap the seatbelt around the Johnny bar. If the Johnny bar doesn't hold down by itself,
Yep.
they'll wrap the seatbelt around it and hold it down
Yeah.
and walk back and check it.
Great idea, because if you just use your hazards and say that everything's working, is it necessarily going to be working? No, absolutely not. So good idea there. Another way that I found, if you carry a, everybody know what a dowel rod is? Like in your closet that you hang your clothes on? So if you have one of those with you, or a tire thumper, you can move your seat ahead and put it between the seat and the brake pedal, and it'll hold the brake pedal down so you can check the lights on your truck and your trailer before you head out.
Yep.
Lights are a good one. What's another thing that I'm gonna put you on the side of the road for? What do people do by us every single day?
Drive by.
Speed, I heard it. Someone said speed. Yep, if you're speeding, we're gonna stop you for speed. Speed in a car is bad, right? We have the laws set for a reason, because you can hurt yourself or somebody else, depending on how fast you're going, it's gonna up the severity. How about speeding with 80,000 pounds? You can take out a lot of people. I mean, it's something you wanna keep your speed under control. What would be another driver violation that if I see, I'm gonna put you on the shoulder for, and this is just me, I'm gonna write you a ticket for every time if I see it.
Drinking.
Crossing center
Cross,
line.
cross line.
Drinking, yes, I'm thinking something else. Phone, phone, absolutely. Can you use a phone in a commercial motor vehicle?
No.
Hands-free device.
Yeah, if it's gotta be a hands-free
Totally
device,
hands-free.
but if you have that phone up to your ear, or you're texting,
Keep going.
done. If I see it, you're on the shoulder, and I guarantee you, it's just my personal thing. One officer may not, but I'm gonna write you a ticket. I was headed to a meeting yesterday, very important meeting I had to be on time for. Yeah, I was late because I had a guy on his phone. And so I went ahead and stopped and wrote him a ticket. It's just, I don't deal with it. Distracted driving, I don't want you being distracted with my family out on the road with 80,000 pounds. I want you guys to be 100% on top of your game, Johnny on the spot, know what you're doing, know what's around you, and be the best you can be all the time. So that's some things there that will automatically for me, the lights, the speeding, the talking on the phone, that'll automatically get you on the shoulder of the road. Can you get stopped for no reason at all out here? Yeah.
Yes.
You're in a federally regulated industry. Those of us who are commercial vehicle inspectors, we do not have to have probable cause to stop you.
We just do it random
Yeah,
and do anything.
why'd you stop me? I was bored.